It's the Hoop Dreams podcast, NBA preview weekend from March 4th through the 6th. I'm Will Gates, and that's my dog.
Arthur Agee.
Now, before we dive in, just a quick reminder. Subscribe and follow us on your podcast platforms at OG Hoop Dreams. Remember that we had an NIL pioneer and UCLA quarterback Chase Griffin on last week, and that was an incredible episode. But this week, please make sure you check out the legend, actor, author, activist, Mr. Terry Crews was dropped this week. So give it a listen. Agee, you ready to get in this, man?
Let's rock it, baby.
Man, Friday night matchups. We watching. We just going to go through them. And I want to get what you think. Cavs, Sixers in Philly, Bucks, Bulls in Chicago, and the Knicks, Suns in the desert. And, of course, we ain't going to even talk about the rest of the games because, Friday night in the NBA just ain't Friday night in the NBA this week. But Cavs, Sixers, who you got?
Man, I'm going with the Cavs.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
On how stuff went last week, I don't care who they playing. Where they playing at, if it's a home, none of that shit matters to me now.
Oh, my goodness, AG. Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh, you finna watch this.
This James Harden and the process is just, it's been phenomenal. Everybody thought that this wasn't going to end the way that they thought it was going to end. And all of a sudden, Philly looking like they can contend for a championship. And not to mention the fact the game is in Philly. I got the Sixers, man, to run away with this one.
Cavs are hungry.
You can be hungry and still starving. So, ain't going to be starving on that one. Bucks, Bulls, who you got, man? This game is in the Shy.
Oh, man, the Bulls can't be the top-ranked team, man. I'm going with the Bucks. Jesus Christ.
It's in Chicago, though.
I don't care, man. It could be sunny and not snowing here, and they still going to lose because the Bucks is just better than them.
Man, I ain't going to even trip. Listen. I'm riding a dime with my Bulls. I don't care if they lose, win. I'm riding with the Bulls. Listen, DeRozan will defeat them Bucks. That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking with the Bulls, man. That's my squad. And the Knicks and the Sun, they in the desert.
Man, what you tell me? Hey, man, they gonna drop a few games because Chris Paul. They may drop one or two. And they done dropped two already, 2 in a row. My pick, I'm going with the Knicks.
Really?
Yeah.
I think since they in the desert, in the sun, sometimes, man, you play different when you get a little home court cooking. Then they got Monty. Yeah. I think he's going to step up. I'm going to pick the Suns in this one, only because simply the Knicks, for whatever the reason, they can give you, they play tough until, man, about that fourth quarter. And then they just, they deflate. I don't know what it is. Actually, I do got a reason why I think it's like that, man. I think Tibbs just coached these guys so hard, man, they just don't have any energy left for the fourth. And people say, well, they NBA players, they should be in better condition. Being in physical condition is completely different than being mentally prepared for the game. And I just think their mental capabilities run out when they hit the fourth quarter. I just think they're just fatigued mentally. So I got the Suns.
I would hate to even. I would hope that's not the case with the Knicks. That you professionally, mentally check out in the fourth quarter. I just hope that's not the case. Of talking about Tibbs coaching you too hard. Come on, man.
But think about this. Don't you see Tibbs as the kind of coach, man, that you just got off the plane and he talking about, man, we got practice at 2 a.m. and you just got in at 12 midnight. Come on, man.
Coach Tibbs like Pinkerton and Bedford all rolled into one.
Exactly.
I'm like, I look at them like they stupid. Like you think you like, just keep talking. Like,
hey, listen, you know you don't know how to coach, man. That especially if you lost, they trying to get you back in the gym. I just think Tibbs got them old college ways still in them, man. Like, listen, dude, only way you get better if you got to practice.
I think Tibbs still coached like he was with the Celtics. That's how he coached.
and if you look at Tibbs' teams, Tibbs go get guys that respond to him, and I just don't think he got enough of his type of players in New York. I think if Tibbs get the type of players that he loved to coach, they're gonna win. Because you see why Look at Derrick Rose, and that's who they're really missing. If D Rose was back, they'll have a kid in there, man, that can really pick up some of that slack mentally for them in the fourth quarter. I just think they don't have that right now. But I digress. We're gonna move on, man, into Saturday night. Games do get a little bit better. I'm loving this one here. The Sixers in Miami. Philly, this will be a back-to-back for them. Who'd you got, AG?
On the back-to-back, I'm rolling with Miami over the Sixers.
Especially since it's in Miami. You know, but again, for whatever reason, man, Philly has found a way to just win games. Especially, again, I feel like they got something to prove. And I got to give some love to Daryl Morey because everybody was giving him a lot of flack for putting this together. But, man, you get rid of a guy who said he's mentally done checked out, and you get one of the top 75 NBA players of all time who's come in. And I don't know if you saw their last game, but when guys on that team are messing up, man, James Harden getting in their face. I mean, I saw push Tobias on that New York game. He was like, hey, man, we ain't come here to lose.
Daryl Morey got history with Harden. He knew what the hell he was doing all along. Believe me. He knew what the move that he was going to make. He was going to pull it. And he knew what this was gonna happen. The games he done played and what they done did, how they done fed off each other. Daryl Morey knew it was gonna happen.
Some call him a genius. I don't know if he's a genius, but I do know this.
He ain't no genius. He ain't no genius. You just made a good move, bro.
Hey, listen. I think that's greatness of a GM. If you could take an existing squad and you can add pieces to it, and it makes you better, man.
Well, it's only better. GM. It's only better if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
See, I can see them making it there. I mean, you know, barring the fact that Kyrie still can't play, if Philly and Brooklyn meet in the Eastern Conference Finals, and that last game is in Philly, something else. Let's keep it moving though, man. We got Orlando and listen. If you're gonna bet some money, Saturday night is to put some money on this game, even though it's in Memphis. Orlando versus Ja. I ain't gonna even say Memphis. Orlando versus Ja. Ja is on a tear. Come on, man. This dude is catching passes, falling out of bounds, scoring buckets, dunking on dudes. It reminds me of a young Will Gates. Oh, let me stop. He is out here. This dude, man. I know people don't like to make this comparison, but you got to give it some notice. The fact that Zion isn't playing. He's playing. Kevin Durant was killing. Odin didn't play. There's very similarity there, but at the same time, Ja has proven one thing, man, that dude is next level, and he has worked his way not just for all-star, superstar, but that joker's a megastar, man.
I'm a sum Ja up like this. He's still pissed off he had to go to Murray State. That's where he's playing like that every night.
Yeah, but is he really bad?
Ain't no way you as a defender finna let this dude catch the ball in the air, twist his body, damn near going out of bounds. I mean, the boy did it all in one motion. It's like I don't know, he fucking Houdini or something. I don't know. That just was crazy.
Let me throw this at you. If you look at in the recent NBA history, some of your best guards have come out of mid-major programs. You look at Steph coming out of Davidson. You look at Lillard coming out of Weber State. Now you got Ja coming out of Murray State. What is that telling us about the league? That they got to start looking more at these mid-major programs because, and even for the collegiate level, how you missing a Steph Curry? How you missing a Ja Morant? How you missing a Dame Lillard?
I'll tell you, because the NBA scouts are stupid. Just playing it. What? What do you mean? How did all you NBA GMs miss Ja Morant? How did you not see this? But somebody from Memphis saw it.
Absolutely.
The dude from Murray State saw it.
Absolutely.
What the first team? What y'all didn't see?
Absolutely. But it goes to show you too that who even on the collegiate level, who's ever the guys that are doing the scouting before the
Yeah.
coaches get out there, they only going to see certain programs. They're not really looking in the mid-major programs like they should be looking at. Because you got to
Well,
think about it. When prior to that, the biggest name kind of came out of those mid-major programs was like a Scottie Pippen coming out of Central Arkansas. Then there was a long gap in between before we saw another guy. But if you think about it, man, the mid-major programs have been producing exceptional guards to come out of there.
Yeah, what's the one boy name? Went to play with the Miami Heat, got a ring. Went to Cleveland State.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We could take it even back to Joe Dumars. Come on, man. Southland Conference. I mean, hey. But I got Memphis. So if you betting some money, put your money on Memphis. There it is right
Bet
there.
it on Ja.
And of course, man, the last game of the night, I don't even know where to start with this one, man. Warriors are in LA.
Yeah,
we talk about the Lakers.
You mean? Don't,
I mean,
don't let the cat get your tongue now. What you mean you don't know where to start? You know where to start.
This is where I'm going to start. The Lakers done lost me a lot of money. That's all. I'm going to start right there because I done put some money on the Lakers. And I ain't saying that I don't believe in I believe in Bron. I just don't believe in the Lakers, man. The Lakers can't beat themselves in the pickup game. How you lose against yourself? They going to 32, playing against themselves, and both teams lose. I mean, the Lakers just, man, I got the Warriors beating the Lakers in LA.
I will be watching that game just to see how many threes Clay and Steph hit, and the rest of the Warriors hit, pretty much. Warriors will win the game. It's a disgrace how these dudes is out there playing. It then got so bad, these professionals can't even take the boos from their own crowd. They arguing with the fans, man. They turn around while they taking the ball out of bounds like, fuck you too. And throwing the ball in. What the hell is going on, man?
Yeah, man. They done lost.
Dude, Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, they need to. He got to go for even putting this damn team together.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Lakers fans want his head.
They want his head, but at the end of the day, who's the real GM of that team?
The king.
Exactly. So you're gonna get mad at Rob for following instructions. I mean, why you think the Magic Man got up out of there? Ain't nobody gonna tell the truth, so I'm giving the exclusive today. Wasn't enough room in that organization for Magic and LeBron.
I can believe that, but what I read by Doug Gottlieb, don't know if it's true or not. I'm just quoting him from what he said. He said he had a conversation right when the trade happened with LeBron with Kobe, and Kobe told him, I don't think he built for LA like I was built for LA to handle the toughness of it and the fans, the city. He was like, I don't think, and looking at how this team has played thus far, I have to believe those words were spoke by Kobe to Doug Gottlieb, and it's looking that way.
Really?
That he say, and I'm gonna leave it, and this is what he said. He said, me and Mike had the killer instinct. We want to kill you. LeBron James want to be loved.
I hear what he's saying, but I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. I don't see as an athlete. Sometimes I don't even know what that means, though. They say I got to do.
I do.
Do I gotta hate you to get 40, or can I just ignore you on the court and do what I do? That's his weapon of choice. How can we be mad if that's his weapon of choice? Because I will say this. LA may be a tough place to play, like New York, like Chicago, but at the end of the day, Bron got them a championship. And they should never boo a dude who got you a championship. He came in there and delivered right away. What more can you expect?
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But they never done any of the other Lakers like that.
Well, because, and I think this, because they are different players, they are different instinctive of hearts and whatever they exude. Kobe can get the people around him to play at a high level and maintain that high level. It seemed like LeBron can't get these guys. He can't get this group of guys to buy into and play how he plays.
Well, I'm going to look at it from this perspective. I don't think that's LeBron's goal this year. I think LeBron saw early on that this thing wasn't going to work with him and Westbrook out there on the court together. So I think LeBron said, you know what, guess what? Let me just go for this record, get my stats. Because you look at him offensively, the dude is doing probably playing better this year than he did in the last 5 years. So yeah. I think he chose a different path this year. And I really think Bron is like, let's just get this season over with. If we get to the playoffs, we get to the playoffs. If we don't, we don't. But again, to boo a guy that has gotten you a NBA championship with the team he was playing with, man,
they gonna boo him again. Let him play like that again. They gonna be like, we don't care. We gonna boo you again. They like, we don't care about that championship.
He's getting 29, 8, and 7.
You part of the team, brother. You got to get booed too. I can't imagine a fan booing. Boo the team except LeBron.
Yeah, but they
boo the team. You know what I'm saying?
But they never booed. They never booed Kobe. People forget that there were years that the Black Mama had some terrible teams that he could not win with.
Oh yeah.
But they never.
But
booed.
he would, he would just go out there and not pass the ball and just shoot 40 times a game.
But they wasn't winning.
He didn't care. He was like, man, I got a broke pinky finger, and I'm still out here hooping. My knee sore. I'm still balling. I check myself out the game. Now y'all can finish it.
Which that reminds me too, man, that we're gonna move on. But I think Kobe, they do not give Kobe enough love for being the greatest basketball player to ever play the game. Because if you can say that Mike is right there, and then you're gonna tell me that this dude is a replica of Mike, then Mike shouldn't be the number one player. If you're gonna tell me the replica, which he is, and on many occasions probably is, in terms of his athleticism, probably better. Probably better. I mean, because Kobe had one thing that Mike did not have. Kobe got a left hand. Kobe can kill you with his left just as good as his right hand. So how's that dude? Every time you hear about where Kobe ranks, they always put him 5 to 10. I'm like, if Mike is 1, then that dude got to be 2, if not 1. So I digress from that. So man, just some love, man, to Kobe Bryant, rest in heaven. But man, Sunday's game, Agee, this one here, it's gonna be a good one, because this possibly also, I think, quietly can be, a second round fight. You got the
I would
Nets,
love to see it.
The Celtics, and here's the thing: when you make this pick, remember Kyrie gonna be on this floor because this one in the Garden. So who you got?
I'm rolling with the Celtics, baby, at the crib. Oh yeah. Oh, let Kyrie get his 40, and we gonna stop everybody else.
And they got that boy Seth Curry over there, man. Since he been there, he been giving them 20 a game. So they got some shooting over there.
Well, it better turn into a win, because them Celtics dudes and then caught a rhythm, and they have caught a rhythm, and they are baking.
Well, I'll tell you this too. There is rumblings that KD could be back for that game. So you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
I think this is one of them tough games if you out there putting some money on it. It's a toss up, but it is in Boston. And
go for the home team if you put some money on it.
Yeah, you got to go for the home team on that one. And of course,
watch them points.
This should be a good one here, man. The next game is the Suns are in Milwaukee. It could be a tough game.
But a rematch.
But they
rematch of the finals.
Listen, Milwaukee is cold, and I don't know if the Suns got enough heat to go up there and melt some of that ice, man. But I will say this: the Bucks have been up and down all year long. Even though Giannis is just playing and putting up MVP numbers, I still feel like for whatever the reason, I don't know why. Maybe you might feel different about this. The Bucks, yeah, they won the championship last year, but they still seem like they just still a player away again. It's just like they need somebody to come along and give Giannis a boost. Who's really the number 2 man over there? Because on any given night, it can be anybody on that team.
Well, I'm rolling with the Milwaukee over the Suns. The Drew Holiday kid, he filling in for Chris Paul, doing the best that he can, making some tough plays, but you could just tell the greased oil machine runs differently when that boy is at the controls. They gonna drop this one. They should play hard on the road. Milwaukee, knowing that Chris Paul is out, they gonna amp it up an extra a little bit just so they can get a fans extra, this what we beat these guys in the finals. If y'all want to see this again, we gonna up our game a little bit just because we at home, because we know Chris Paul out. So
are my ears deceiving me?
What's that?
Did Agee just say the Suns are not playing well because Chris Paul isn't there? When we had this argument last week, and you was like, man, they're going to be great. I mean, I'm just saying, am I hearing something different right now?
Well, they've played 2 games. I've watched both of the games, and I'm looking at the machine, and the machine just not like it's just not like turning the way it's supposed to turn.
But that's what I said. And you was like, no, Will, man, they so well oiled, they gonna just keep it rolling. And I said,
yes.
Agee, how you gonna put, a V6 engine in a V8 ride? You can't, it ain't gonna roll the same.
I forgot who the other kid was splitting time with the Holiday kid at the PG spot.
The boy from Murray State. That's the backup point guard.
What you mean, the boy from Murray State?
That's the backup.
Cameron Payne.
Cameron Payne is the backup point guard.
But he wasn't playing, was
he? Yeah, he's the backup point guard. He's the backup.
I think he was hurt, or he's still out or something. I saw him in street clothes.
They better get him back, and they really in some trouble then. Because if your number 1 backup point guard is not there, you're in some trouble. Anyway, I got the Bucks.
Money Williams gonna tell these boys, hey man, we ain't never lost 2 in a row, but we ain't never lost 3 in a row. So what y'all gonna do? Backs up against the wall on the road in Milwaukee. What you gonna do?
Lose 3 in a row. That's what they're gonna do.
That's what I'm thinking. Because Milwaukee gonna be like, this is a statement game to them.
Absolutely.
We played y'all in the final. We want to show that y'all can never beat us.
And this goes back to what you were saying. Hey, blood in the water. Why?
Oh yeah, they smell.
Why let them off? Why let them off? And of course, man, we got the last game of the night. Again, Knicks, Clippers. Clippers are sitting 8th in the West right now. I got to get the Clippers some love, man, because I don't understand how they are playing extremely well for the team that they have right now. And I know people are like, oh, they ain't playing well. They in 8th. But when your 2 best players, and one of your best players is top 75 of all time, is not there playing, and you still are contending for a playoff spot, got to get the Clippers some love. So I got the Clippers beating the Knicks on that night, man. I just think the Clippers playing with a certain energy, and I got to give Ty Lue some love, man, because for whatever he is doing over there, them dudes ride with him, man.
Oh yeah, the Knicks gonna get there, and they gonna go out. They gonna have a party. They not gonna be. I don't know if Tibbs. For real, I'm telling you, that la la land. You don't. NBA teams do not go to LA and not go out. And these dudes gonna go out. They ain't gonna be like, oh, I'm worried about the game and all that. I don't want to. I'm staying in my room. Them dudes gonna be out in LA, and that's what gonna kill them right there. The Clippers, Reggie Jackson, that dude, he gonna go off. Man, all them dudes, I'm riding with the Clippers. And you right, Will, for them to have 2 All-Stars out, these dudes hey, how many we got suited up? Okay, go play. That's how they is. They don't care who shoot the ball. If I miss my last 2-3 shots, we still playing hard.
Which goes to tell you too, if it's interesting, are the Clippers a better team with those two dudes? And some would say, obviously, yes. But would they have the team and the toughness that they have right now? Because now you done ask role players to step up and play major minutes. If them two dudes come back, what kind of Clippers team will you have? But that's for another episode.
Yeah, right. You know what they'll say, hey man, you're a professional. Stay ready. the two superstars and came back. Your minutes gonna go from 30 to 15.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Kawhi gonna come back and say, listen, man, that's the reason they call me the Claw, because I got some rings on these fingers. That's what he gonna say. Now give me the basketball to get out my way. That's
too many words for the Claw. All he gonna do is just raise his big old hand like this, and his hand gonna do all the talking for him.
Right.
I'm back.
Well, listen, man, that is our NBA weekend preview. Please enjoy the games this weekend. Remember to check out our interview from last week with UCLA quarterback Chase Griffin. And please tune in this week for episode number 35 with the multi-talented Terry Crews. You are not going to want to miss that one.
Ain't it? Hey, man, y'all remember to listen and subscribe to the latest episode of Hoop Dreams, the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or wherever you get your podcasts. And please give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at OG Hoop Dreams. We'll see you guys next week with our next picks. Peace.